Burkina Faso has just made a bold statement in the world of defense. In a stunning reveal, the country introduced its first ever home-built armored vehicle, the LX-70 semi-blinder. This isn't just another military truck. It's a symbol of national pride, self-reliance, and a powerful answer to decades of foreign dependency. Designed to patrol harsh terrains, counter insurgent threats, and protect strategic borders, the LX-70 stands as a new milestone in West African defense innovation. The unveiling made headlines across Ouagadougou and beyond. Unlike most military vehicles seen in the region, which are typically imported, borrowed, or donated, the LX-70 was completely built on home soil. Introduced at the Synergy Sur Defense and Security CIS 2025 exhibition, the armored truck was met with widespread attention as it rolled onto the stage. Its steel body gleamed under the lights, not just as a machine of war, but as a declaration of Burkina Faso's intent to shape its own future. For years, Burkina Faso's defense forces had no choice but to rely on imported vehicles, ones often designed for different environments, bound by foreign conditions, or barely suited for local challenges. The LX-70 changes that. It's a vehicle imagined, designed, and constructed by Burkinabe hands, built with a specific purpose: to meet Burkina Faso's needs in Burkina Faso's environment. This breakthrough comes at a critical time. Located in the volatile Sahel region, Burkina Faso has faced growing threats, from cross-border insurgencies to smuggling operations, destabilizing entire regions. International aid has slowed, foreign military partnerships have weakened, and the global supply chain has become unreliable. Against this backdrop, the emergence of an indigenous armored vehicle sends a powerful message. Burkina Faso is taking control of its own security. The LX-70 is not just a piece of military hardware. It's a carefully engineered machine, agile enough for tight urban zones, yet strong enough to traverse desert battlefields. Military experts have noted its compact frame, reinforced armor plating, and purposeful design. Unlike foreign imports, filled with unnecessary tech, the LX-70 is stripped down, efficient, and focused on mission-critical performance. What truly surprised observers wasn't just the existence of the LX-70, but how quickly it came into being. The entire development process was kept under strict secrecy, not just to surprise the public, but to protect the project from external influence or disruption. Insiders revealed that the program had been underway for months, but only a handful of people knew the full extent of what was being built. The roots of the LX-70 trace back to 2023, when a group of local engineers, welders, and automotive designers came together under a quiet initiative in Ouagadougou. Many were young professionals, some trained locally, others abroad, united by a single goal: to build a combat vehicle suited for their country's unique challenges. Starting with a commercial pickup truck chassis, they began the transformation. Suspension systems were reinforced, the engine was recalibrated for heavier loads, and armor plating was locally manufactured to withstand small arms fire and IED blasts. Every aspect of the vehicle was reimagined. Unlike imported vehicles designed for NATO missions, this machine was optimized for the rugged Sahel terrain. Local steel workers, electronics experts, and university researchers all contributed to its development. Even the surveillance systems were built from scratch using repurposed commercial tech, adapted to survive extreme heat and vibration. The result, a thermal imaging and long-range reconnaissance suite built entirely within Burkina Faso. But beyond the machine, the LX-70 project served another purpose: developing the skills of the local workforce. Apprentices were trained in welding, armored plating, and precision manufacturing. These weren't just jobs. They were investments in a long-term military industry. According to project officials, the LX-70 was never about a single vehicle. It was the beginning of something much larger. Once completed, the prototype underwent rigorous testing. From off-road stress trials to blast resistance checks, designers had to walk a delicate line. The truck had to be light enough to maintain speed and maneuverability, but strong enough to protect its crew. This balance was achieved through a modular design, allowing each component, from armor to electronics, to be built and optimized simultaneously. This efficient process allowed the entire vehicle to go from concept to reality in under 2 years. A remarkable feat in the world of defense engineering. The secrecy behind the project also played a crucial role. In a region where international actors often influence military decisions, keeping the development under wraps allowed Burkina Faso to act independently. By the time the public saw Volks 70, it was already tested, refined, and ready to serve. And its debut was more than symbolic. It marked a turning point in how Burkina Faso approached defense strategy. Now that the vehicle exists, attention has shifted to its battlefield capabilities. The LX-70 wasn't designed to mimic foreign vehicles. It was built to outperform them in local conditions. It's not a heavy troop carrier or a missile launcher. Instead, it's a fast, responsive, high-performance patrol vehicle able to carry up to 6 fully equipped soldiers into tight or hostile environments. From urban streets to remote desert roads, its size and design allow it to move quickly, hit targets, and redeploy with minimal delay. The truck's armor provides solid protection from small arms fire and offers some defense against IEDs, a growing threat in the region. Its undercarriage is shaped to deflect blasts, and its reinforced panels increase the crew's chance of survival in ambush situations. But one of its standout features is its surveillance system. The LX-70 is equipped with a thermal imaging unit and telescopic camera mast, giving operators the ability to scout from a distance, even in total darkness, without relying on drones or aircraft inside. The vehicle functions as a mobile command center. It includes encrypted communication equipment for secure, real-time coordination with other units. The cabin is also optimized for comfort and utility, with blast-resistant seating and space for tactical gear. Despite being armored, Volks 70 maintains a top speed of over 100 kilometers per hour and a range exceeding 600 kilometers, making it ideal for long patrols and rapid response missions. With Volks 70 now field-ready, Burkina Faso is at a new crossroads. The vehicle is more than just a technical achievement. It's a signal to regional powers, global observers, and its own citizens. It proves that a nation often overlooked in the global defense industry can rise to the occasion, innovate under pressure, and lead by example. The question now is simple. Will Volks 70 remain a single breakthrough or become the foundation of a new defense industry in West Africa? Only time will tell. But for now, Burkina Faso has proven that military independence is not only possible, it's already in motion. Burkina Faso's latest military innovation, Volks 70 Semi-Blinder, is more than just a vehicle. It's a flexible and forward-looking tool designed to handle multiple mission profiles. Engineers behind the project focused heavily on agility and adaptability. By optimizing the suspension system and carefully distributing weight, they ensured the Volks 70 could remain fast and stable on both paved roads and rough off-road tracks, a necessity in a country where vast regions remain unpaved. But the most groundbreaking feature is its modular construction. The LX-70 is not tied to a single role. It can be outfitted quickly for various operations: convoy escort, reconnaissance, riot control, or rapid troop deployment. Built-in mounting points allow for everything from small weapon stations to non-lethal systems for crowd management or VIP protection. For soldiers on the ground, this versatility means one vehicle can serve several operational needs, eliminating the problem of fragmented and outdated military fleets. For commanding officers, it allows faster deployment, better resource use, and a higher survival rate for troops in volatile zones. In this way, the LX-70 is not just a symbol of sovereignty. It's a practical answer to an ongoing conflict. But the bigger story goes beyond the metal and mechanics. The LX-70 raises important questions about national identity, technological ownership, and strategic independence. What does it truly mean for Burkina Faso to create this machine? And what message does it send to the world? This armored vehicle, although born from the need for security, might end up having the greatest impact off the battlefield. Its debut signals a critical shift, not just in military capability, but in how Burkina Faso sees itself in terms of sovereignty, innovation, and independence. For years, the country, like many others in Africa, relied on foreign nations for its defense assets. These imports, while helpful, came with serious strings attached: difficult to maintain components, limited upgrade options, long repair times, and even usage restrictions based on political conditions. The LX70 flips that script. It gives the country control, not only over what it builds, but also over how it defends itself. The political climate surrounding this reveal also adds weight to its significance. Burkina Faso, like much of the Sahel, is facing a range of complex threats, from terrorism to smuggling, while navigating a rapidly changing landscape of global alliances. With past partnerships becoming unreliable, building domestic capabilities becomes more than strategic. It becomes necessary. By investing in this vehicle, the country is choosing resilience over dependence. The economic implications are just as powerful. Creating a defense product in-house means more than just building a truck. It opens doors for skilled professionals, engineers, technicians, fabricators, and electronics specialists who might otherwise seek opportunities abroad. It also lays the groundwork for a local industrial base, one that supplies raw materials, produces key components, and maintains a steady pipeline of innovation. In time, this infrastructure could influence civilian industries as well, through shared technologies and expertise in areas like automotive production and industrial fabrication. Symbolically, the LX70 has already captured national pride. Online discussions, local media coverage, and even regional analysts are recognizing this as a proud moment for Burkina Faso. It sends a message that technological achievement isn't reserved for global powers, that smaller nations, too, can craft sophisticated tools of defense tailored to their unique challenges. It may even inspire similar efforts across Africa, encouraging other countries to rethink their dependence on imports and focus on homegrown solutions. Within Burkina Faso itself, the morale boost is hard to overstate. Soldiers now have access to a machine built for their terrain, for their operations, and for their safety. Citizens, too, are seeing that their country is making serious efforts to protect them with local talent and local resources. That sense of ownership matters. It builds trust and confidence in national leadership. Looking beyond Burkina Faso, this project could reshape regional defense dynamics. If the LX70 proves reliable in the field, other West African nations, such as Niger or Chad, might be interested in procurement or joint development. That would elevate Burkina Faso from a consumer of military tech to a producer and partner, giving it greater influence in shaping West Africa's collective security strategy. The road ahead, however, is filled with challenges. Scaling up production will be essential. One successful prototype won't change the battlefield. Dozens or hundreds will be needed to make a noticeable impact. Plans are reportedly underway to establish a small manufacturing facility in the capital, aiming to build vehicles for border patrol units and rapid response teams. Another key aspect is training. The LX70 brings new technologies, and operating it effectively requires more than basic driver instruction. Troops must be trained in its surveillance systems, modular features, and communications gear. Maintenance teams will also need specialized skills, from armored panel repairs to systems diagnostics, areas traditionally handled by foreign contractors. This creates an opportunity to build a domestic ecosystem of defense support professionals, further anchoring Burkina Faso's independence. There's also talk of future upgrades. Because the LX70 is modular, it can be enhanced with new armor packages, automated turrets, or advanced communication systems that link with drone networks or battlefield command hubs. These upgrades would allow the vehicle to adapt to evolving threats and mission demands, keeping it relevant for years to come. If the vehicle moves into full production and proves reliable, it could also become a product for export. That would make Burkina Faso one of the very few African nations, alongside powerhouses like South Africa and Egypt, to supply defense equipment regionally. With such exports comes not just revenue, but influence. The country could build new defense partnerships, and take a leadership role in regional military planning. On the economic front, the impact could be even broader. A steady demand for armored vehicles would create opportunities for local suppliers, especially those working with materials, electronics, or specialty parts. This, in turn, could inspire new research hubs, training programs, and collaborations with international firms interested in co-development. But success is not guaranteed. Funding remains a major hurdle. High-tech manufacturing is expensive, and sustaining a defense project over time requires consistent political support and clear, demonstrable results. Critics may question the cost, especially if the vehicles underperform or face delays. To succeed, the LX-70 must deliver, not just on the battlefield, but also in the minds of citizens who want to see progress that benefits the country as a whole. Public opinion will play a big role. If troops using the LX-70 succeed in stabilizing dangerous areas or thwarting insurgent attacks, national support for local military production will grow. But if the vehicle becomes symbolic of waste or failure, it could backfire, undermining the very independence it was meant to demonstrate. Still, one fact is undeniable. Burkina Faso has changed the conversation. The LX-70 proves that with vision, determination, and skilled hands, even a nation with limited resources can take control of its own defense narrative. Whether this leads to full defense autonomy or remains a symbolic achievement depends on the choices made in the coming months and years. The project has planted a seed, one that could grow into a thriving military industry and a model for others across the continent. Is this the beginning of a true African defense renaissance? Will more nations follow in Burkina Faso's footsteps? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're passionate about stories that highlight Black excellence, resilience, and innovation, from ancient civilizations to modern-day breakthroughs, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon. This is more than just a story about a truck. It's a story about a continent rising. Stay tuned.